That's so funny. Anyway, how are you guys all going? I'm a little sick, I think. I don't know what it is. Whenever I stay up past like midnight, I get a really bad sore throat. And it feels like I'm having an allergic reaction where your throat closes and you can't breathe and you can't swallow and you can't do anything. It feels like that. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's causing it, but it's really annoying. Anyway, I'm gonna be really quiet today, I guess. I'm gonna flip this over so I can hear you guys talking. I'm gonna shut it. I prefer the light. Put the wrong ear up. Okay, if you guys can't hear me, let me know so I can talk louder. And yeah. Let's get on to it. I'll try my best. This one will probably be a little bit shorter than normal because I do have this issue where I can't speak very well right now, which is why I'm actually trying to transition from doing these late hours or early hours to a more later time for you guys. So that will happen somewhere in June because as the weather gets colder, I think this is going to get worse, so we won't have any late night anythings anymore. Oops, a daisy. What did I click into? Hopefully that will help it, and it'll go away, and I'll be free of this when summer comes around. Because it is so annoying. Also, little technology update. I was listening to some news, and apparently Stream Elements was having some technical issues. And it doesn't work for a lot of people right now. It never worked for me, so, yeah. But if you guys are having any issue, you let me know. Well, don't let me know, I won't be able to do anything, but, you know, just so you're aware. Oh my word, those guys are awake. Hey Wade, welcome in. Sorry for the sore throat, it's not your problem. You're all good, Wade. I've had this thing for 4 weeks now. I don't know what's causing it anymore. I gave up. I gave up a while ago. It's fine. Thank you for the like, by the way, Wade. It's very nice of you. Okay, let's jump into this. I've just been sitting on the opening screen. There we go. I'll wait for you guys to see it. There we go, you guys can see it now. So, travelers don't know people, just stories. That's fair. Now let's see, we need to do matchmaking. And apparently there's only 4 people who are looking for things, so there's 3 girls and 1 guy, which is really unfair, but I won't judge that. And there's a way I can get the green people to like me again, which is I have to go talk to a certain somebody, tell them what I've done, they're gonna be angry with me, and we'll see if we can fix it. If we can't, we can't. We don't really gain anything from them, personally, other than their stories and who they are as a people. And then I almost clicked on something. After that, I'm not sure. I forgot what other quests to do. Hold on. Flowers. If we give her these flowers, I know something really sad's gonna happen, so I'm not gonna do that. My mouse pad's Dicky, what the flip is on that? We have the necromancer thing. And we pretty much have to get this guy to like us. Or we have to get this guy to like us, and I hate this guy. We've got the ruined village, which I need to go make people angry. Talking about it. And then we got this, which is exploring the peninsula. Where's my thingy? Okay. Sounds like a party. It does. So let's do matchmaking first, I guess. How are you going, Wade? How's your morning turning out? Excuse me while you see my thing shake up and down. I'm trying to clean the thing off. There we go. You wake up surrounded by darkness. The keeper is sitting outside next to the open door. Fishers are getting ready. As they are, go ask somebody where you can load the wagons, she says slowly, as if you meant to repeat these words. You're freed from your duties after a few hours of work, but years of work before you get a backache. You sit on a bench, chat for a bit with a few of your companions. Many of the locals greet you with a polite nod and a friendly smile. Pillars of smoke start to rise above the buildings. Many of the workers have already left the village. The remaining adults are either outside or carrying timber, food, or whatever wares, or in their workshops, the larger of which are open air. I guess I've already heard that. So, matchmaking. I should have read this when I was in the journal. So we have three people, sorry. Is flip like a swear word? Flip is not a swear word, no. Flip is not a swear word, no. It's not a proper one. Ooh, nice. Just don't spill any of that coffee on the laundry, or else you'll have to wash it again. And that will be very tragic. That sounds nice. I hope the coffee is good. Tina from Howler's Den, looking for a hardworking man. Man. Who's the guy here? Seeks a new home, who's willing to work hard to help his wife. I think those two will go together, and these two will go together. So these two, and then these two. Okay. Let's go to Paulus. Return to the young people looking for a match. Let's talk to Paulus. I heard about Tana from Howler's. He asks you a few additional questions, some of which are centered around her face, figure, and spoken with embarrassment, then flashes you a wide smile. Right, so she sounds dreamy. If she's in, I'm in. Let me know what she thinks of me. I tell. She looks around nervously, her voice is low and harsh. An open relationship. As if seeing her blush, you nod. Our forebears wouldn't encourage such a way of living, does she pray? You mention the villages in general seems to not put much importance on faith. She seems to lose hope. Is she pretty at all? She says without meeting your eyes. You try to answer some specific questions, making her interest suddenly grow. If she's really looking for safe, slow jobs, ask her if she's willing to abandon this weird wish. Tell her. She pauses, then straightens up and speaks with confidence, and as if she's retracting an old story. Tell her this, outsider. You can find love of soul and shell with me, a new path of empty carvings. You won't ever look back and regret it. Okay. I'm hungry. Do I have food on me? I don't know if I have any food left. I have one food left. That's very nice. I need to go find more food. Nice. You guys don't sell food, do you? Unless I can type it in here and somebody magically appears again. Hey. my word, okay. Let's hook those folks up. Indeed. You head to the building that releases not only smoke but also smell of roasting meat and spices. In front of you, find a sweating, wrinkled woman with a shaved head and a simple rag-like bandage on her hips, and another one resisting her breasts tightly, as if any movement outside of her control would be too much of a risk to take. She doesn't even spare you a glance, too busy with mixing ingredients in the bowl and cutting vegetables on the wooden board. Her eyes are focused, but whenever she tilts her head high enough, you can see her face. You spot her subtle yet challenging smile. Inside the building, you find a few other people. Most of them are elders, as well as a large fireplace that's smoking, a few dozen hanging fish. One of the cooks currently scaling a fresh fish notices you. He lowers his head and with a broad smile addresses the woman. Pasha, you have an outsider, you do? The woman turns and looks at you in a blink of an eye, standing on spread legs as if her show wouldn't spare you even more than a single flinch. You don't notice you were there, stranger. Are you hungry? She reaches for a bowl, but suddenly stops. Right, we serve more than 100 stomachs, we do. So better give me a reason. As such. Oh, I got a new trader, nice. I thought I met everybody. Okay. Everybody works for their share. Join in. She points at the people inside the hollowed cave, but after a few moments she shakes her head, left and right, and then gets back to work. Or pay me a dragon. I guess this will land in the keeper's chest. Cook food for the entire village. She grins towards you. Right. Safer than fishing, and you know. She squeezes her revealed stomach, which is unusually flat. You notice how muscular her arms is. I move a lot, so I can eat a lot. She lets out a chuckle. Then moves a large basket of freshly cleaned apples inside the building. I have only a few years before my back gives up, but I've done enough to deserve my slower days. So I have to barter to get the food rations? That's no good. I'd rather get food rations because we're going to be traveling with them. I don't have to do anything up at these guys, do I? The creeks. No. Okay, let's go to the creeks and talk about the thing. Let me out of here. We have to travel. Traveling is dead. Oh yeah, I'm stuck in a conversation. I can't travel. Let me get out of the conversation, then I'll travel. Take me 2 hours. I forgot how to move around here. A few souls carrying wood and stone weapons and tools are just leaving the village. Once you reach the yard, you hear the cozy rustling of shrubs growing on the other side of the walls. She's preparing for work, but is ready to give you a few moments. Tell her about the other person. Well, you found quite the someone, friend. I've heard a lot of good things about her home, but this right talk makes me worried. Are you sure she'd be ready to keep our bonds loose? You see, seeing your shrug, she sighs. Tell her about me. Don't hide my plans. Just speak of me kindly, she laughs. If she wants to have fun with me, I'll make her life warmer. And I love kids. For the first time, her smile becomes humble and kind instead of playful. Then I guess it's not meant to be, she shakes her head with disappointment. I'm glad you opened this chance for me, friend. And there are parts of me I'm not willing to change. Still, I'll make sure the tribe hears about your help. She suddenly raises her axe and shouts, Hey, you! She addresses nobody in particular, but her voice is powerful, makes everybody stops. Rin did me a big favor, eh? Be nice. A few people smile, scoff, and life goes on. And if you want to bring Mara my news, she raises her chin on the top of a blade, tell her to think it over, for I can make every day of yours sweet and light, if you're ready to breathe fully. Pretty sure nobody around here sells food. These guys don't sell food, so we'll travel back over here. Nobody sells food around here. It's very sad. Here's your message. Her blushing cheeks contrast with the pale skin of her hands. I can't, she says after a long moment. I thought about our previous conversation, RoadWarden. I'm not ready for such a change. Not just because my son deserves the place we have now. I'd rather join a monastery than put pleasure over prep. You're also trying to match Palfius, I heard. We're asked our head woman to reward you after you help us both. Be sure to meet with her then. Now we go down to Howlers, the place that definitely loves me and likes me a lot. We gossip for a bit, why not? I will not pay you because I refuse to pay you guys. Oh yes, she's the washerwoman. Tell her about Paulius. Sounds like a good worker, but make sure he's not opposite the marriage rites. His village follows the rite. I need his word he'll leave his spirit behind him. If he agrees, his teeth are yellowish but healthy. He'll come in full. We'll see how we get along. Those guys don't even talk to me. Let's go to main square. Let's get 4 food rations. And we'll sleep on a Malfoy pelt, why not? It's warm here, but the Malfoy skin allows you back to rest for a bit. You wake up a couple of times during the night, the smell of cooked stew fuels your hunger, and the staff returns to the room once every hour to stir the pot. You wake up early, but leave the building to check on Reginald, and give it water from the creek. The innkeeper is sitting near the door from time to time, carrying out another bowl with either stew or gruel. Thales is nowhere to be seen, and Pyrrhus is leaning against the wall with arms crossed, though he nods towards you when you reach the square. You hear Arceus's voice. Here you see me. Just a moment, some usually start a bit later. The man walks by you and goes behind the counter where he starts to unpack and inspect his wares. Speak whilst I'm young. Do Here, let's give him the pelt. What else are you hiding? Nothing at all. What do you have for sale? I'm good. Okay, let's do nothing now. We walk away. We can leave the square. Let's save and then we'll travel again. We'll go down to the Elder's Cave because we need to talk to him about the tribe people. And we messed up. Yay. Also welcome in. I like a stew with a crust of bread. Hope Reginald's getting brushed. Yes, Reginald is getting brushed. I found Ariston. His eyes widen after you mention the undead from the cave. Once he speaks, his voice is shaken. Awakened by the frogs, you released him from the worst fate. To know the truth, he sighs. It feels right. Okay, this guy can't help me, that's great. It's very unfortunate. Let's go to these guys, I guess. I know I'm traveling in the wrong direction. Guards, welcome you. Let's go to the well and clean up. I'll wash my shell. Innkeeper. Do I have anything you'd like to buy? Okay. Show me what you have. You have 3. We'll get one of those. And then nothing else that I need. So we have 7. And we can go outside and travel again. We can travel. Up to these guys will be pretty late. The fishers have returned to the village, but work is still far from being over. You see lights and smoke coming from the eastern part of the village, where the fish are being gutted and prepared for smoking. The guards instruct you to not disturb anybody after dusk, and tell you should visit Flora, who may have a room to spare. Many of the locals greet you with a polite smile and nods and some friendly smiles. He responds with a smile, then warm laugh. That's it. Of course I agree, as long as she teaches me them prize dances or whatever it is they do. Tell her I'll arrive with the spring thaw to meet her. His voice lowers suddenly, cut by pain. Without anybody else, I suppose. He is first to mention the compensation for your services. You've already helped Ma, right? Better speak with her head woman. She has a reward for you. Let's go disturb you at almost midnight. Right, you've worked for us. Now I can tell one of my neighbors to overlook the unusual fees or duties they'd ask of you. Do you need any help? Free baths and laundry. She gently nods. Aqua helps us with water. He can ask somebody to wash your clothes. He has him walking around the entire village. Let's look for him on the eastern banks, close to the pier. Right. I found Ariston High Islands. As you speak, she pours the water from the pitcher to a seashell and responds without looking at you. Right, well, he knew the rules, same rules you broke. She takes a sip and licks her wrinkled lips. But I guess you're still in one piece, so I won't dwell upon it. Then trust me enough. What's his name? The steep banks are damp, so you head upstream to the wooden bridge, but you can hardly reach any water with your fingers here. You can consider getting undressed, but suddenly a voice behind you tells you to quit it. This current is strong, it'll catch you and boom. The man swings his arms. You'll crack your skull against those rocks. He points downstream. He's a large man, with hairy boots that are dirty from mud, and a necklace made of colourful seashells as large as your head. He approaches you, holding a few empty buckets, one attached to a rope. He places them on a log and crouches down, filling the buckets one by one. I ask him about washing myself at a well. He frowns. What are you, child? What is your name? After you introduce yourself, he gives you a gentle nod. I'm ゚Q&A. We bathe in tubs, right? I have warm water in the shed. He directs your eyes to the boulder next to the path. Though it in no way resembles a shed that one would find in the city. He straightens up and carries the buckets up the bank one by one. Either help me carry water around the village for a few hours, or pay me if you're lazy enough. I'll make you a fine bath and wash your tongues. You explain that you were promised a free service, and he raises his voice. Right, so you're that RoadWarden. Very well, no fees for you. He places the last bucket next to the boat. You notice that another man is taking one of them to the eastern gate. I could also sell you a bottle of perfume, though it won't be much use if you don't have soap. He grins with his yellow teeth, as if there's a punchline hidden in his words. We pick flowers of roses, violets, lavenders, cherries, good for hair, ears, waist, just don't drink it. Let's get this cooked for the steep house thing. Oh, we get to pick. Bet he smells. I wonder what he smells like then, wait. He grins, asks you to wait with your horse, then heads towards the western gate. Once he returns, he's carrying a small wooden box. You place it inside the shed. On one of the old barrels, the box is filled with wooden and small earworth bottles, which he opens one at a time, allowing you to get a whiff of their contents. We make them as a village. The coin ain't for me, he explains, but they're nice, aren't they? Which one do you want? Lavender? Nope. I know what lavender does. I've never seen cloves or violet as a flavor. I've only ever seen rose. Cherry, cloves, rosemary. Interesting. I bet you smell. I probably do. I'm also very hungry because I haven't eaten all day. Just give me a nice one. He scoffs at you, then picks up a bottle and throws it at you. Waiting for your pay. Cherries it is, then. You add the bottle with your other fragile pieces of equipment. The man closes the box and carries away. Nice. Now I step away. So we found more people. Nice. Yay, more people. This town has a lot of people in it. Inventory. I need to eat food or else I'm gonna be starved. And we'll sleep in a house. For a little bit. Perfume jokes. Ah, okay. Don't drink the flavored... You're saying bleach. You are saying bleach. Wow, thank you, Wade. I definitely won't drink any flavored bleach, so it's okay. Wait, did I ever complete that quest? Matchmaking? I have not. Ah, I need to go talk to her, that's why. Can I talk to you? Thaddeus is sitting on a bench observing your arrival as he grinds something in a mortar. But once you greet him, he leaves his tools behind and moves to the edge, the creepers idly hanging from his arms. Are you trained with the druids? The forest speaker, his voice mocks, makes him sound like a brat. I left when I was a teen 10 years ago, if not more. And then everything went to bad. He suddenly pauses and waves it off. After a few more questions, he speaks slowly, observing your eyes. Don't get me wrong. I did learn a lot, specifically from that one old man, but his daughter kept making me meditate, and I'm not the one to sit still. His amulet rattles from his flinch. We paid them for teaching me, but they broke their word. They kept promising the spirits lumber and the right poisons. After his annoying scoff, he bites his tongue, and taps his toes nervously. You ask about the old man, but Thaddeus runs out of patience. I don't know. The one with the real gift, the one who guided all the ceremonies. Yet we're arguing with others all the time. I don't care. He was good for nothing. Like all of them. If you have any messages for the Druids, I could do you a favor. Such a waste of time, this bunch. His anger looks at its odds of his hesitance. I'd rather talk to the rats, the bogs, or even his eyes leaves you, staring at the smoke coming from his house on the distance. After a moment, his creepers rise tensely. No, I have no word for that forest speaker, but they do have my stuff. I'll pay you to get it back. What stuff? Things I left behind when I snuck out of that monkey house. For reasons I'd like to have them back. But one more than the others, just some polished twig. A pause remarks a moment, then he realizes the stupidity of his life. My old wand! You don't see me using a wand right now? No need for it. The creepers point you in every direction, swiftly tracking the movement of his shoulders as if they have their own eyes. I need no teachers, no masters, no breathing exercises, a fake chuckle. Why would they keep you stuffed this long? Beats me. About a year ago, a caravan from there stopped by looking for the mushrooms from our bog before they took their nosy boots out of there. One of the guards cried that he'd break my baby's wand, make me pay for the time I cracked his nose with a branch. He plays with his amulet as his eyes void yours. 'Tis was a mistake. I'm still learning. Why do you need all this stuff for? He rubs the ground with his heel and observes his dirty toes. It's mine. His voice goes quiet. I deserve it. Not much talent for spells in our blood at White Marshes, he says. With no one there to guide me, I hurt a few kids before I figured things out. Seeing your raised eyebrow, he continues, but cautiously. Some tribes were just like that. Young ones specifically give us 2-3 generations more, and a mage or two from the outside. Art needs to grow. He blinks. I left, didn't I? Or rather, I ran away. Can't handle their looks, their tone. They think they're better than us. And don't let me forget that. Can you tell how not to talk with them? Don't laugh, don't look at them, don't tell the truth. Just bow down and repeat how honored you are. They'd spare you as much as a glance. Aren't people like you, he says with a little kindness, in need of health potions at all time? I can brew you a small one, or I can spare you a few coins instead. Let's say one for riding to the howlers, one for talking to the druids, one for bringing back my stuff. He raises 3 fingers. His amulet rattles. Good. I didn't know he had a quest. That's interesting. We're going to howlers anyway. We just stopped past on his thing. So let's see if we can't break and enter again into this place. And gossip for a bit. Can look after my horse for free again. Let's go to the washerwoman. She's at the creek but takes a break to speak with you, apologizing for her crude appearance. She gasps the air with her hands on her knees but looks at you directly. An answer from Pallius. She shouts and jumps towards you, throwing her arms around your neck. I have such an awful day, thank you. With tears in her eyes, she runs and steps away, though your clothes and cheeks have already been covered with the droplets of water. Of course, nothing is said for sure. Her calm words are betrayed by an excited tone. I'd ask my uncle Archis, to not be so rad when he swings dragon bones with you. After a few moments of her insisting that you have to come to the wedding, if it occurs, but nothing for sure, but you must promise, but who knows, but you must be there. She leaves with her friends. Shall we go speak to the druids? ? Thaddeus has a message for you. Can I clean up, or is that like forbidden? Okay. Just have to talk to them dirty again, everything's fine. She listens to your tale without so much as a frown, and before uttering her first words, the other druids look away. I know where the things you seek are, and not just the ones. I'm very willing to give them back, but you want something in return. You catch the hint of shame in her blink. I ought to ask for something. I am under obligation to return the possessions of a runaway. I am not too blind to stop the value of a kind gesture, and I want you to return it, that is all. Alpius's whisper isn't much different from a regular speech. She nods towards the tall druid with the club who used to keep watch by the entrance. He approaches the workers at the building site. It may serve as a distraction, but you don't have much time. I too can see the values of a kind gesture. Aren't we conspiracizing? What is it? I too can see the values of a kind gesture. Her eyes grew suddenly shinier. Then I want you to protect my friend on their walk through the Blight Woods. 'Tis as dangerous as it sounds. Our forest is in good health, but curiously will not wound us. We may learn a bit. When do we start? Does not have to be right away, but once you're strong, shall head to the guards at the north gate. Tell them you're looking for work, like a vagabond would do on any other day. We'll warn them when you're coming, but do so in the early hours before noon. Very well, speak with the guards. Doesn't have to be right away. Oopsie, she's already told me that. Let's go to the main square. I guess we'll go to sleep. Can't sleep, it's too early. Okay, let's talk to the trader. Never mind. We have 5 hours left. Check our journals. Let's go to the square and travel. Who has the soap and bath kit? Somebody has it, and I don't know who. And I can't remember who has it. It's very annoying. He's a bit of a duck. Who is? The mad guy in the hut. So you call him a duck, are you, Wade? He's not that bad, to be fair. The druids here are a bit harsh. But everybody has their ways. So you just have to live with it and find a way to connect, even though nobody disagrees on anything. You reach the crossroads and the tree is now visible, taller and wider. It doesn't move anymore. You think you see a root moving, but as you observe it lies still. And walk away. Okay, 4 hours until dusk. Go past to the north. And we'll get more food, and then that will be enough food for now. Let's go outside and travel again. And then we will type Reginald ourselves. Oh no. They don't want it. So you ride through the open gate, then swiftly dismount. 2 red-haired twins are wearing leaping flowers, weeding a flower garden. On the islet in the middle of the village, an old woman is telling a group of children a story without the gleeful shouts of howlers. Okay. Taylor, you can't do anything. Interesting. Good luck. I'm gonna bed. Let's go to the main square and go to sleep for a little bit. Oh, I'm hungry. Okay, now we can go to sleep for a little bit. Sleep in a room. Okay. Reginald has already been brushed and watered, you nod, but he runs outside without you noticing. Offer the gatesmith service. Let's set to work. After you mention you're meant to ask for work, they tell you beyond the gate and lead towards the forest garden. The new workers observe you for a bit and even run clear, pretending they have to ask a guard if they're still on for a bar in the evening. But a swift lie gets rid of them quickly. The warden is about to examine some weird trail, apparently, which is a lie. You walk ends where the garden gets slightly darker between the crab apple trees. Two of them are high with fruit, but one is already earning its first autumn leaves. It's past its prime, its destiny of being cut into timber is fast approaching. You're told to wait for the druid to join you and avoiding the drawing of attention. Sorry about that. People, you've got to choose. Answers the leader of the group. He's younger than the others, but seems much bolder. We just want to keep all of this quiet. We respect our forest keepers, but we not want your secrets to turn on us. There are foragers around here, his friend chips in. She's short-sleeved, proudly revealing the claw marks covering her arms. Draw them away from the druids and you'll be fine. They wish you good luck and turn away. I stay in the shadows. The hooded cloaked figure chooses dark green, matching the local flora. Quite well, but considering the size of everyone in the village, not many of the locals would be able to hide it in plain sight. Once you get closer, you realize them by their physical physique alone. It's the same large, broad-shouldered man who is usually guarding the entrance of the Square of Druids, though this time he's remembered his sandals. Oh yes, he wasn't wearing sandals. Really, he rushes you without a greeting. Ready. He takes off his hood, but the nod is clear. You stick to the beaten trails, only the song and calls you hear are coming from birds and monkeys. God gave the head forager clear instructions. We ought to not find one in our way. But be on the lookout. You're meant to distract them away from you. Kind of draw attention to yourself. He maintains his pace. The annoyance in his voice seems to be aimed more at the situation in general than you. The spells we learned are aimed at wounds, plants, soils, hearts, he explains. Combat, not so much. I, however, used to be a guard. He strengthens his arms, and club shows his arms, still strapped to his wrists. If a beastfolk were to jump at you, I'd at least try to hit its head. Further north you get the thicker the branches, the paths get even narrower, and you start having to push the bushes aside. Who knows what lurks ahead? Stay quiet. He lets out a sigh of relief, looks around, his eyes follow a loud animal. Living on the tree crowns. I focus on the possible threats. From your left comes a weak boulder. Through the leaves of the bushes you see grass of vegetation making the bed of the hollow creeks. You look downstream. Weirdly enough, you're not that far away from the walls of the village. The tall man maintains a silence for another few moments. We're here, he announced after reaching yet another turn and yet another tree, and crouches. You see it too, a 5-foot wide patch of herbs that are all dried out, despite growing in shadow and wet soil. And not just them, the grasses too, the weeds and the moss. Even the pear tree is also dying, but evenly so. Only the branches closest to the yellowish patch are withering, with the leaves sparkling over the area days too early. I let him do his thing. Sorry, I'm trying to fight staying awake right now. As if you're watching a butcher or a healer, completely absorbed by their task, with every glance and twitch seemingly serving a well-practiced perfect. He puts on a pair of gloves and reaches the soil, smelling the clumps of dirt, observing the dry leaves, pulling out the stem of roots. "'Tis gonna take some time. Keep watch." You give him the wooden spear and explain their purpose. He accepts your ritual with gratitude. "The sooner we're done here, the better. Put them both inside and around the patch so they can lead me. If there's magic here, that is." You follow his instructions and also put one spear at the very center of the garden just in case. Like every forest, the peace here is tied not to the absence of living, but rather the pushing of all noises, color, and movement. Aside, cast them as unremarkable. You avoid staring at the chirping, screeching, and jumping animals that are smaller than your chest. You seek anything that would warrant drawing your axe. You train your eyes in ignorance. You stop. A singing woman to the east. I look at the druid. He doesn't notice the voice, but after you clear your throat, he realizes what's going on. He waves at nothing in particular, as if to make an invisible fly go away. "I need more time. Stall there. The song tells you of cheerful couples dancing on the edge of a cliff and closer to their fall. I nod. If they come, I'll meet with them." She's not hiding her presence, grinning even after she notices you, though a bit surprised. Pause occurs first, she sends you a smile, and yet sure the two of you have exchanged a glance or two during your stay back in the village. Her appearance may not be memorable, noble height and silhouette, at least for the standards of her tribe. Brown, simple, had hair gabison in the colours of natural linen, and an axe by her side. But what draws your attention is a tiny green and creamish monkey clinging to her arms, even now then moving from one shoulder to another, even sitting on top of her heads. It looks around curiously and occasionally lets out a screech, as if noticing something worth acknowledging. You also agree with one of these screams. It was brown eyes, just like its owner. The woman comes closer, so you walk a bit down the trail away from the withered patch. You're met by a large boulder next to a pile of gathered twigs. Foraging? Yep, almost done with the work for today. I was just hoping to pick some strawberries from the fellow over there, but they're all gone, she gasps in protest as the monkey pulls his hair. Just let her be. So, in a bit away from our spot, there's a RoadWarden doing in our garden. This is your garden? Wow, guys, we're stealing from everybody. And this is why today is going to be a bit of a small stream, because I'm currently nodding off every so often. I'm seeking new paths. I was wondering if there's anything convenient around here. I'm collecting halves. Well, yeah. I was asked to help somebody. Help? She tries to tilt her head to look behind you. Not with collecting eggs and plums, I bet. But unless you've got the mayor's permission, you should not forage around our gardens. We put great care into observing this place. An awkward silence punctures by the monkey rubbing its gun's head. She shrugs and takes a step forward. I need a distractor. I spend time gossiping about the locals. Though your polite exchange of names and trades and places and events you've kept in your memory, of whatever reason, gaining a few updates and broad context to some old rumors, it's easy to tell which people are especially interested to her, mainly other foragers, guards, and young friends. As far as you can tell, she holds Thales in pretty high regards. She found somebody outside the village. Her excitement is clear. Once you mention the two people that haven't met yet, and nothing has been set in stone, she regains her composure. How was Gal Rox? I've never seen him left the village. You offer a few short tales about their tribe. She's especially interested in what they cook, the plants they grow, and how much more difficult it is to handle laundry in the fierce river of Halvan. In return, she tells you about Howell's Creek, how gentle and reliable it is. There was this one time a family of beavers broke its stream. To extend, a group of the locals had to head towards a newly born lake, clear its dam to the critters' despair. I've spent a lot of time working with your neighbours. Some of them are hard-working people. The monkey jumps onto the ground and starts running around with the two of you until its guardian voice addresses it with a few kind words and promises berries are coming. She looks towards the sun and smiles at you. Lovely to chat with you, but I've got stuff to do. Finding his treats is just the start, she crouches, allowing the monkey to climb up on her sleeve and steps away. Have a nice day. I tried my best. She waves at you and heads down the road. That wasn't so bad. You wait for her to disappear behind the thicket, then return to the druid. He raises his hand, briefly looking you in the eyes before running to his investigations. Nice job. Did you find anything? The whole garden patch is now in chaos, though thoroughly dug through. Aye, your spell helped. He gives you the wooden spears. They are warm but not burning. Something gets in them that could be an undead, causing curses in its evil spring. I need to bring this news back to the village. Nah, he looked at his hands covered in soils and towards the creek separated from you and the shrubs. He decides to use his robe as a towel. A huge waste of time. Tharius needs to hear about it, not the other way, or someone else complains. But is better than death and yours. You can swear there's a friendly twist behind his smile. Ah, moments. He reaches out under this robe and pulls out a small bundle of linen sacks. Your gift. A gift? He frowns. Why do you think the werewolf wants this truck? Elpis says it must be a gift from his parents. Bad blood between them. Even so more ever since he discharged the necromancer's teaching. He utters the word with disgust. Do you think you could have a real one with him as a boy? He doesn't wait for a response. Let's part ways. Do not mention this to anybody, even the druids. Let's not spread fear whilst we can. I let him be. I stick to the observed paths and avoid curious eyes. You wander around the village. A short-tempered hunter tries to explain to his parents that there's no bears where he's going. A group of laughing villagers is chasing after a runaway hog. Alright, so let's go back to this guy again. And that's all the same again, so I'm not going to read it. I brought you prized possessions. He grabs the package, unwraps it rapidly. At the sight of the broken sticks, he lets out a last sigh, but finds some comfort in stroking the block. Even smiles at the rotten doll, holding it with his creeper. He takes a whiff of his old tunic, but throws it away into the mud. The silence lingers. Very much so. He enters the hut and searches through a pile of clay bottles, some of them lying on the floor. He brings you one that is especially small, judging by the seal, and is also going into Harvard University. What? What was I saying? What was that in my head? Wait, what? Did I say that out yet loud? Anyway, let's continue and move on and pretend we didn't hear anything. Very much so. He enters the hut and searches through a pile of clay bottles, some of them landing on the floor, and brings you one of the especially small, judging by the seal, it must be a few seasons old. Cheers for wondering this for me. Just doing my job. He spares you a slow nod and follows you with a kind smile. Let's save. I need to speak with Urtius, and I need to make sure you're not going to make me regret it. Would you like anything else that convinced me? He takes a great breath and then ventures. You may. Corpse eater's blood? ? He spares the pulse no more than a glance, but then discusses you. What have you got it? His eyes widen. The color is right, even though he crunches, you can hardly hear a whisper. I know how to use it. Take it. And you place the bottle into his soft, open palm, and he locks it in a wooden box hanging amongst his amulets. He stands up and lets out a relieved sigh. Oh, how's this gonna work? Tell me once you're ready to speak with him, and I'm gonna go to the White Marshes and spend the night there. In the middle of the night, I'll show up with the friends and willing to clear the way for you. But remember, it's your only chance. Any idea how to convince him? What would I know? He doesn't speak to me. He taps his toes. Be prepared. He quotes White's tablets, talks about what is right and what not. He also knows a lot about the tribe. But Halvan is kindly. If Halvan finds you kindly, Ois will know it. I'm ready to go meet with him. Food ration be fine? Very much so. Okay. Where's the undead? Nope, these guys aren't ready to pick up. 45 minutes. How long do I have to do that before I need to get to bed? 7 hours, okay. Matchmaking is done. We just have these two things left to do. I probably won't dawdle too long if I'm having micro sleeps. Meaning I'm very tired right now. Okay, let's give this a try. $45. Trying to stay awake a bit more. 7 hours. Let's go to Howlers and finish this thing up. We gossip for a bit and to the village. Here you go. You can have 1 coin. Let's save and ask about the house. Staying in the middle of the islet, take a good look at the village. Locals follow their daily routines. The children are paying tag, the trees are turning golden brown. You listen to the humming creek and the singing old woman. Yet you can see what lies all beneath that, a home to raiders whose you have to do this now, starting the storm. Let's talk to the druids again. Let's hope she's going to listen to reason. do a hard save. Okay, this is not good. Change of plans. I might cut the stream short. Just because I keep falling asleep right now, and that's really not good. I'm not streaming on Tuesday, so it will be June by the time I get back to this, unfortunately. But I don't think I can keep going anymore because I'm just too tired right now. It is what happens when you're working a lot. I have so many deadlines coming up that I am tired from them, so I'm going to end it here, and we will see if they accept me for Steep House next time, as well as the Necromancer next time as well. I'm sorry this episode was a bit shorter for you guys, but I don't think I should stay awake anymore, especially when I'm just like falling asleep every so often, and I'm also sleep talking, which is not very great. So I'm gonna end it off here. Thank you, Wade, for coming in and saying hi. It's really nice to see you again. I hope you have a good day at work today, or a good day at home if you're not working because of your eye issues. And thank you for whoever else gave me the other like. It was very kind of you. Hope you're drinking tea with honey. I try to. I don't really like tea though. It's a bit bothersome. It tastes like flavored water. It's like flavored bleach. I can't stand it. Thank you for the effort, Fox. All good, Wade. Thank you for coming tonight. And yeah, I'll see you guys next night when I start streaming again. There you go.